it's an advanced class, so you're going to be learning a lot about how to apply these concepts in detail. And really the way to start that is with the understanding of what the real foundations of Lean is. Like lots of times when people learn Lean, they learn the tools of Lean, and they can't really figure out why. So when we started at Toyota, Toyota wasn't Lean at all in their distribution network. This was back in the early 80s, right? And they came in, and the Japanese came over and said, look, we've tried this in Japan, and it works in the warehouses. But they said, we need you guys to figure out how to do it across North America, and by the way, whatever you come up with is going to be what we do across the world. So they came and they taught us the principles of Lean. They said, this is the concepts, not the tools, the thinking, the principles of what's behind Lean, right? There's basic capabilities and there's basic principles. And they said, together we're going to figure out how to do this in a warehouse. It started with inside the four walls of the warehouse and went to the entire, how we integrate the entire supply chain and the movement of product up and down the supply chain. So that was really the background we had. And so the good thing is we had to learn how to take those concepts of Lean and manufacturing and apply it to really anything that wasn't. And that's important linkage. If you're doing Lean because we have a Lean initiative going on, right? We're doing Lean because you've missed the boat, okay? Lean is here to make the business better. That's why we're doing this stuff, right? So it's not about putting these tools in place or hitting this milestone. It's about increasing our competitiveness as a business, okay? Which means we're more profitable, with better margins, better customer service. Okay? That's why we do Lean. So design and operate work to real problems. Those are the principles of building quality, standardized work, just-in-time, visual management. Those will all allow us to do that. So design means we create a plan, right? A way we expect things to operate. And sometimes we do that at a big macro level, and sometimes we do it at every given day. Today I want this many batches to be done by this many people in this much time. That's my design of the day, right? So every time you operate, you have to have a design or a plan for it, right? And then I operate against that plan with tests throughout the day that tell me, is it working like it's supposed to? And when it isn't, what have I done? I've revealed a problem, right? We're halfway there, almost halfway. Let's go, halfway. Who's got round A? Who's got round A? Who's got round A? The second capability is to contain and solve problems close in person, place, and time. Okay, so when these problems come up, what's the first thing we want to do? We want to contain it. First thing we want to do is contain it, right? You don't want the defect to get on to the customer, right? So you want to contain that problem as quickly as you can and deal with it. So getting to the root cause, figure out why that actually occurred, right? Let's get to the root cause and fix it, okay? So you want to contain and solve problems close in person, place, and time. Why is person, place, and time important? Lean says we want to solve our problems where the context of the problem is. As close as you can get to the people, the place, and the time it occurred. Okay, so do that means what? Who has to be good problem solvers? Everybody's got to be a problem solver, right? So that's why we teach the problem solving continuous improvement ethics, right? And the fourth capability is leaders that coach and develop those capabilities in others. And this is where it gets hard, right? Now we're asking leaders, instead of being problem solvers, go out and do it yourself, you have to become teachers, coaches. Lean has a lot of great tools, but don't think about Lean as tools. Okay? Lean is about this slide right here. It's about establishing those capabilities and using those principles to empower those capabilities to make it happen. Okay? Allocation of resources, right, as part of the workflow plan. So how much work am I going to do and how many resources am I going to apply to get that done in the most efficient method? And then I create the visual management techniques that allow those things to work. Why do I put the visual management techniques in place?
Real problem.
Right, real problems, right? So I have my design, right? A lot of this stuff here is creating my design, right? Here's my plan for the day, this many resources, get this much work done. And I create visual management so that everybody knows what the plan is, and everybody can see if the plan is executed like it's supposed to. Capability 1, okay? If you don't, if you fail the plan, that's when we get into capability 2, which is the problem solving piece, okay? That works? Get it done or I'm writing you up. Come on, Doc, let's go, guys. Hurry up, we gotta get out. In 5 or 6 simple questions, right? You've coached them through the problem-solving process and you've empowered them to make those changes. But what you're doing is you're teaching them that idea that I have to have an expectation of a standard, I have to know where I am, I gotta be able to identify that gap, ask questions to get to the root cause, and then empower people to make the solutions, okay? So, and then say, why, go back to that question, why did I use that tool?